Noodle Dog's Picnic Rescue. It was a sunny day in Dumpling Town, the kind where even the soy sauce river shimmered like glass noodles. Granny Lynn packed a special picnic for Bao, her beloved noodle dog, complete with spring rolls, lychee jelly, and his favorite, mini sesame buns. Go enjoy the sunshine, my little noodle, she smiled, tying a red scarf around his noodle neck. But don't get too soggy. Bao wagged his scallion tail and trotted off toward Lotus Park, where the cherry blossoms were in bloom and the butterflies danced like floating dumplings. He picked the perfect spot beneath a tall tree and laid out the picnic blanket. Bao had just taken his first bite of jelly when he heard a panicked squeak. Help! My boat is floating away! Bao turned to see Lily, the tiny turtle from the calligraphy school, waving frantically from the shore. Her little paper sailboat, shaped like a soup spoon, was drifting down the river, with her lunchbox inside. Bao didn't hesitate. He rolled up the picnic and tucked it under his noodle belly, then leapt into action, literally. With his stretchy noodle legs, he bounced from stone to lily pad like a springy udon superhero. Hold on, Lily, he barked. The boat was getting farther. Bao squinted. Time for his secret move, noodle lasso. He unraveled his spaghetti-like tail and gave it a whirl. It whipped through the air like a flying noodle and caught the boat by its chopstick mast. Gotcha, Bao grinned. He reeled it in gently and paddled back, tail curled like a spiral pasta propeller. Lily clapped her tiny turtle hands. You saved my lunch, and my mom packed extra pineapple buns. She handed one to Bao, who bowed politely. They returned to the picnic spot together, but as Bao opened his basket, a flock of sparrows swooped down and whoosh stole all the mini sesame buns. Bao's mouth dropped. No, my buns! The sparrows chirped mischievously from a branch, pecking at the stolen snacks. Lily giggled. Want to share mine? Soon, Bao and Lily were having a double picnic, combining her pineapple buns with his spring rolls and lychee jelly. They invited Dumpling the panda, Mr. Goose, and even May the monkey, who brought bubble tea. As the sun dipped low, Bao leaned back against the tree, belly full and heart warmer than steamed tofu. That was the best rescue picnic ever, Lily said, licking jelly from her shell. Bao smiled, stretching his noodle legs in the fading light. Sometimes, he thought, adventures didn't have to be grand or heroic. Sometimes they were small and sweet, like helping a turtle, sharing a snack, or catching a boat with a noodle tail. And so, with cherry blossoms fluttering like soft dumplings above, Bao dozed off, dreaming of buns, boats, and the next delicious rescue. Noodle Dog and the Mooncake Mystery. The Mid-Autumn Festival was Bao's favorite time of year. Lanterns floated in the night sky, moonlight shimmered over rice paddies, and the scent of sweet lotus and red bean filled the air. Best of all, mooncakes. Every year, Granny Lynn baked the most beautiful mooncakes in Dumpling Town, filled with creamy yolk centers and pressed with stamps shaped like clouds and rabbits. But this year, something was wrong. Granny Lynn gasped when she opened the box for delivery. They're gone! All 12 mooncakes vanished! Bao's noodle ears shot straight up. A mooncake thief? In his town? He sniffed the empty box, a faint scent of sesame oil, and muddy paw prints leading out the window. Bao's tail curled. Time to investigate. He followed the trail past the tea shop, where Dumpling the panda cub was slurping jasmine tea. Have you seen anyone suspicious? Bao asked. Dumpling burped politely. Only Mr. Goose. He was acting strange, kept flapping like he was hiding something. Interesting, Bao nodded. He found Mr. Goose near the lily pond, whistling and waddling. Evening, Mr. Goose, Bao said casually. What's in the basket behind your feathers? Nothing, the goose squawked, flapping. But when he stumbled, the basket tipped, and out rolled a turnip bun. False alarm, Bao mumbled. But then, a whiff of red bean. He followed the scent across the bridge, past the soy sauce fountain, to a quiet alley behind the tofu market. There, Bao spotted her, May the mischievous monkey. She was sitting on a crate, licking mooncake crumbs from her fingers. Bao narrowed his noodle eyes. May! She jumped. It wasn't me! You're holding the filling, Bao pointed. I just found them, she said. I followed a trail of crumbs and, okay, fine, I took one, maybe two, but the rest were already gone. Bao's ears flopped. You mean someone else got to them first? Together they followed the crumb trail back to the dumpling warehouse. A soft munching sound echoed inside. They peeked through the door. There, sitting on a pile of rice sacks, was a tiny tanuki with cheeks so stuffed he looked like a soup bun. Bao cleared his throat. The tanuki froze, mooncake halfway to his mouth. I was hungry, he mumbled. They smelled so good. I didn't mean to steal all of them. Bao tilted his head. You could have asked. The tanuki sniffled. I don't have a home. I just wanted one sweet thing under the moon. Bao looked up. The moon was full and round, glowing softly above. Come on, he said. That night, Granny Lin baked a fresh batch, with extra filling. The tanuki sat beside Bao on the porch, a warm mooncake in his paws. You're not just made of noodles, the tanuki said. You're made of kindness, too. Bao wagged his scallion tail. Just don't eat my ears, okay? They laughed under the lanterns, and Bao knew, sometimes, the best part of a mystery was how it ended, with mooncakes shared under the moon. Noodle Dog and the Dragon Parade. Every spring, Dumpling Town held the Grand Dragon Parade to welcome the season. Lanterns floated in the sky, drums thundered through the streets, and children wore paper dragon masks while tossing flower petals. But this year, there was a twist. The mayor announced a noodle toss contest, and the prize? A lifetime supply of dumplings from Madame Bao's dumpling house. Bao, the noodle dog, perked up his noodly ears at the sound. Dumplings forever? His tail, made entirely of bouncy scallion strands, twirled like a pinwheel. I have to win, Bao said, wagging. Granny Lin chuckled as she sewed glittering sequins onto his back. You already are a walking noodle. You might win just by showing up. That morning, Bao pranced into the festival, his sesame-sprinkled paws leaving tasty prints. Everyone cheered as he danced beside the dragon float. Even the drummers paused to stare. Look, cried one child, a real noodle dog. But trouble was brewing. Behind the rice stand, in a cloud of flour and jealousy, stood Chop Chop the raccoon, a noodle chef who had never quite accepted that Granny Lin's cooking was better. If that noodle dog wins the contest, Chop Chop growled, I'll never hear the end of it. He smirked, pulling out a bottle labeled Ultra Spicy Chili Oil. Caution! As Bao prepared for the contest, lining up with other participants, Chop Chop snuck over and dribbled the oil onto the parade path. Let's see you noodle dance now, he hissed. Next up, called the announcer, Noodle Dog Bao. Bao bounced onto the stage. The drums started. He twirled, flipped, did a mid-air roll, and then splat. He slipped in the oil, noodle legs tangling into a wriggling mess. The crowd gasped. But instead of falling, Bao spun like a noodle tornado, using the momentum to turn his tumble into a twisty, twisty move that made the crowd roar. He's inventing a new style, someone shouted. He's like a spicy noodle cyclone, cried another. Even the mayor stood up. In all my years, I've never seen such flavor, flair, and flexibility. Bao struck a final pose, one leg of lasagna noodle sticking up like a flag. The audience went wild. Later, as the mayor placed a golden dumpling crown on Bao's head, Chop Chop sulked in a corner. But Bao walked over, his tail wagging. Want to share some dumplings? He offered kindly. Chop Chop blinked. Even after You just made the show more exciting, Bao grinned. Besides, everyone deserves a second bite. Chop Chop smiled, ears drooping. You're not just a noodle dog, you're a good dog. And so, Bao returned home wearing his crown, belly full, heart warmer than miso soup. Granny Lin patted his head, my little dancing dumpling. And as the festival lights faded, Bao dreamed of dragons, dumplings, and his next big noodle adventure.
Noodle Dog and the Lost Dumpling. In the heart of Dumpling Town, where the lanterns swayed and the soy sauce river sparkled, lived a very unusual pup, a noodle dog named Bao. Bao wasn't made of fur or fluff. No, Bao was made entirely of noodles, long, springy strands of hand-pulled goodness. His ears were wontons, his tail a spiraled scallion, and every time he wagged it, he smelled faintly of sesame oil. He lived with Granny Lin, the best noodle maker in town, who swore Bao came to life the moment she sneezed flour into a pot of magic broth. One crisp morning, Bao was trotting through the market square when he heard a high-pitched sobbing sound. Someone crying over spilled soy sauce? Bao mumbled, tilting his noodle head. But no, it was Dumpling, the panda cub from the tea shop. I dropped my lucky dumpling, Dumpling sniffled. It rolled away before I could eat it. Now I can't open the tea shop. Bao's noodle tail straightened. A dumpling emergency? I'm on the case. He sniffed the air. Savory, steamy, slightly gingery. He followed the scent trail through the lantern alley, across the bamboo bridge, and around the tofu fountain. There it was, perched on the edge of a sleepy cat's bowl, Dumpling's dumpling, wobbling with the wind. Bao tiptoed forward, his noodle paws squeaking. The cat opened one eye. Touch my lunch, and I'll turn you into lo mein. Bao gulped. This dumpling belongs to someone else, Mr. Cat. The cat yawned. Then bring me a trade. One crispy spring roll, and you may have it. Bao zipped back to the market, bouncing like a bowl of hot ramen. At Uncle Tofu's stall, he traded his collar bell for a spring roll. A fair deal, Uncle Tofu chuckled.